The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open, the show where we bring you the best the Bronx, New York, and the world has to offer in art, music, entertainment, sports, and much, much more. I'm Reina Valentin, your Café con Leche and host. We'll get right into our Open Weekend preview to give you ideas on activities to do around the city. Then we'll hear all about the International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival coming up, and then we'll closely examine one of the films from the festival, or two, maybe two. And Bobby C. and his sports roundup is after that. And we're going back into time to revisit one of our more memorable open artist spotlights. So stay tuned. All that and more headed your way, because now we are officially open. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Open. Reina Valentin here, and we're enjoying the start of the weekend. That's right, Labor Day weekend, my people. And you know, we are always inviting you to join in the conversation. So if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or even just want to send us a quick hello, you can send us an email to open@bronxnet.org. And of course, you can comment on past episodes by going to bronxnet.org/TV/open. And we are social people, so hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/open BronxNet Television. And on Twitter, you know, we are at BronxNet TV. And while you're there, follow me at Reina Valentin. And all right, well, let's get right into the show because, well, it's Labor Day weekend and we've got lots to suggest to you in our Open Weekend preview. First up, the New York International Salsa Congress Dance and Music Festival. Yeah, I hope you're ready to salsa, mi gente, because each Labor Day weekend in the city, the New York International Salsa Congress Dance and Music Festival comes to town. That's right. Featuring 3 days and 4 nights of nonstop fun, included are workshops, performances, competitions, and live concerts, and all happening at the Hilton, New York on August 29th through the 2nd of September. The Hilton is located on 1335 6th Avenue at West 53rd Street in Manhattan. And for more information, you can call them at 212-586-7000, or you can check out nycsalsacongress.com. Next, Grace Outreach. That's right, get your free GED and more, advancing your education and taking the next step to a better job. This is for English-speaking women 18 years and older. Schedule a placement test either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of next week, the 10th, 11th, and 12th of September, that is, from 8:45 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And all you got to do is call them at 718-328-0580. The test will be taking place at 378 East 151st Street on the 5th floor of Immaculate Conception School between Melrose and Cortlandt Avenues. And for more information, you can check them out by going to graceoutreachbronx.org. And next we have Brazilian Day. Ooh, yeah. The Brazilian Day Festival is a spirited annual celebration of Brazil's Independence Day and culture in New York City and all over the world. The event starts at 10 a.m. and it is happening on Sunday, September 2nd in Little Brazil. Of course, that's 6th Avenue, West 43rd Street in New York. And for more information, you can check out BrazilianDay.com. And finally, another cultural celebration. New York does not hold back on celebrating diversity. That's right. This is the West Indian American Day Carnival. It celebrates the roots of the Caribbean residents of New York City. Hear some reggae and calypso and taste freshly cooked delicacies and, of course, dance along with the revelers and more on Brooklyn's Eastern Parkway and what is it? Schenectady Avenues. I think I said that right. Starting at 11 a.m. on Monday, September 3rd. And for more information, you can check out www.wiadcacarnaval.org. I got that right. Beautiful. And well, now I hope that give you some ideas to get out there and shake your little bonbon or whatever it is that you need to do to close out the summer, because it is Labor Day weekend and, well, you know how we do. We close it out celebrating. All right, so we're going to turn it over to DJ Vince Bracey and find out what he's doing because, well, summer's over, which means... Oh, I knew you were going to say that. Not those days are over for me, kind of, sort of, not really. Well, in the sense that no back to school for me, but I guess back to school for me because now I have a preschooler.
And who might that be?
Yes, little Miss Charmvita's starting school next week.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm a little sad and happy at the same time because, you know, it's just been Charmvita and Mommy for the past 3 years, and now... Man. Yeah, I got to send her off to preschool to start, you know.
She's been on the set since she was in your belly, am I right?
Yeah, she's been on the set since she's been on my belly, Vince. Thanks for acknowledging that. And you've been her great buddy at the end of the show.
Definitely.
Giving her some, I guess, video learning, whatever it is that you guys do with the technology nowadays. I'm still catching up. But you started school already, right?
Yes, fortunately and unfortunately at the same time. I just started school on Monday also, and it's kind of stressful. I don't know if you can see the bags under my eyes, but...
You look a little tired. Just a little.
We're back in full effect.
All right, so what are you studying?
I am studying multimedia studies at Lehman College. I'm a senior.
Nice. So this is your last year?
This is it.
So that's exactly what you have to look forward to, starting off in September.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, actually, you start off in August, right?
Oh, yeah,
you started
this
week.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're still here with us.
Yeah, of course.
And you made sure that this is part of your schedule.
Yes, definitely.
All right, what you going to play for us today?
Nothing in particular, just some cool music to make everybody in the studio and our viewers at home feel happy.
Yeah, I guess that sounded a little personal. Back to school, everyone. Vince Bracey in the house, everybody. All right, so we do have to take a quick break, but first, let's see how the Africa Day Parade went in Harlem earlier this month. Arlene Makoko was there. Let's take a look.
Flags bearing the colors of nations half a world away were on display in full color at the annual Africa Day Parade that took place along Morningside Avenue and 124th Street in Harlem. Organizer Niambele Borima from the Highbridge section of the Bronx calls it a celebration not just of what makes each African country unique, but also what draws them together.
All have this in our DNA. So this is why we think it's a thing to unite us and be able to move as a unit people.
This year's participants include Ghana, Nigeria, Egypt, Uganda, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. That's where Pasima is from.
I've been living here, 12 years, and it's actually, I'm proud to have all the African diaspora community coming all together and showcasing their, culture, the music. And it's actually showing that we're here. As a community, we are here.
Okua Kwazi from Ghana talks about the detailed work that went into this over 3-foot drum.
Kente Club. This is the Kente. Everybody knows Ashanti Kente Club. So we just demonstrate our culture, what we have in Ghana. The drum is from, and then this is cowhide. Cowhide, and then the wood is called cordia. Cordia wood.
Wonderful. From the sounds of drums to dance, each one participating was given a taste of African culture and heritage. Nana Zakia is from Harlem, but while visiting a village in Ghana, stumbled on a piece of history that now makes her virtual royalty as she carries the title of queen in a village called Asin Krua.
So we raised money for organic farming for the women, bread project to teach women to generate income by making bread and selling it to each other, to hotels, to businesses, and we also have a culture exchange program.
You didn't have to have your own village to feel a part of the festivities, just comfortable walking shoes, a smile, and in my case, the ability to keep a beat. In Harlem, eating the mango ball, dropping the sorry.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Open. Welcome back to the studio. The mission of the International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival is to recognize the community's greatest talents and, well, give back to the community who paved the way for other Caribbean and Latin Americans. And to tell us more about this year's festival, we welcome founders Felix Leo Campos and Veronica Cacedo. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Saludos.
Well, congratulations on your second year. Let's start with that.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Last year was the first time you actually launched it.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how that went.
Start with you.
We decided to collaborate on a Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival and do it for an entire day from 12 to 12 in the afternoon, 12 in midnight, and see how it went.
12 in the afternoon to 12 midnight. That's like
correct.
a marathon.
Yes.
Yes. But
Yes, it was.
It was at the end of the day. We were extremely exhausted, but it was definitely well worth it.
Is there any particular reason why you chose to do it from 12 in the afternoon to 12 midnight?
Well, it was a one-day festival.
Okay.
And because it was shorts, we knew that we can get a turnaround of people if we had programs that people can come in and watch the screenings, participate in the panel, and then get the opportunity to meet and greet not just the filmmakers, but other cinema aficionados and some of the sponsors.
So the festival itself consists of shorts.
Last
year. Yes.
So this year is different.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
correct.
So let's start with the Puerto Rican heritage component to it. Now, does it have to have Puerto Rican actors? Does it have to have Puerto Rican? What are the criteria of actually qualifying for the Puerto Rican festival?
You know, the qualifications are that you are key personnel has to be Puerto Rican, either the DP or the director or the writer or the actor. Or if it's something dealing with the Puerto Rican culture and its heritage and diaspora, all of that is also a plus.
Or if it's about the island or filmed on the island. You know, we wanted to make it as open as we possibly can because there are films that are shot on any one of a number of locations and you oftentimes don't know where those locations are. So we wanted to acknowledge the island itself and what attractions it has, and of course the landscape, the beaches, the rainforest, the town, the cities, the people.
That's beautiful. That you're actually you're taking it, you're kind of urbanizing it, but yet you're actually reaching out to the island so that there's an understanding of the origins and the roots as
That's
well.
correct.
Yes.
So, in addition to we already got the Puerto Rican criteria and what qualifications people need to meet in order to submit a film. Now you started with shorts last year, and now this year you switched it up a little bit. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we decided that, because this year it's not going to be a one-day film festival. We are extending it to 3 days. So there are definitely more opportunities to screen full features as well as shorts.
No, you know what the
You
sigh
took a deep sigh.
You know what, right? I was like 12 afternoon to 12 midnight, 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually.
No. We for the opening night, which is November 16th, we have our opening night reception as well as our main feature for the evening, and then an after party. So it's not going to be all in. It's probably going to start at 6 in the afternoon and at 10 in the evening, and then the following day that will be the all day event.
Right. And then Sunday we close someplace else. We have a closing ceremony, a reception. We have a feature film. And then we tell folks we want to see you back for the third annual.
That's beautiful. So just take us through this whole festival, because this is the second year that you're doing it.
Right.
And again, we just shared with everyone that last year it was from 12 in the afternoon to 12 midnight. Now it's been extended to 3 days. And in addition to that, they're accepting features. Now, what are the locations and what exactly, let's just say somebody goes on the website and wants to just look at one particular film. Like, how is it that you're actually putting the festival together? Is it a package or?
Yeah, it is a package. What we did last year, and it worked successfully for us, is that we created the screening programs. We had blocks of 2 hours last year in which to screen films, and then we had afterwards a 45-minute to an hour panel with the filmmakers and invited speakers. Last year we had Professor Jerry Carlson from CCNY, who also produces on CUNY Television, City Cinematheque, which is a film study program. And this year we figured that worked last year. Let's do it again this year. We'll have a block of screenings and then followed by panels, block of screenings, followed by panels throughout the course of the Saturday.
And just to share with everyone, we're giving you sufficient notice because this festival takes place in November, and I believe you're actually accepting submissions now, right?
We are. The first deadline is September 1st, which is tomorrow.
Okay,
So,
well, all right, maybe a little advance notice or maybe not.
but the second deadline is September 15th, and we do have a third deadline, which is October 1st.
Okay, so, and these are the deadlines for film submissions?
That's correct.
Okay, and so how many films are you picking all together?
Last year we did a total of 23 films, so this year we're planning to double it.
Yeah, wow. That's great. And so what's the shorts, features, you know, pretty much it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Shorts,
it doesn't
features,
matter.
documentaries, student
Horror.
films.
We received our first horror films this year, so that's exciting.
Oh, nice. So you can have a really nice variety.
We will, yes.
And then what do you have, Puerto Rican zombies? That should be interesting. They chase people around with pilongs or something, right? I know, I just couldn't help it.
Yeah. That works.
I'm gonna match you up. I'm gonna make you into a mojito. Me fui. All right, so we're back.
Un mofongo.
Un mofongo, that works too.
Oh, we'll put you in a pot and then we'll make us an asopón.
An asopón.
Se pasa.
I know. So just share with everyone the details of what they need to do in order to submit, as well as just obtain any information geared towards the festival.
Well, I do want to say that we're very proud and excited to have the Mount Sinai Medical Center that's co-sponsoring this event this year.
Oh, very nice.
So we're very excited to have them on board.
Congratulations.
And we're also getting back many of last year's sponsors. Like the educational pledge, and I think Solano.
Lors.
Yeah. So you know the repetition of our sponsors says to the quality of our effort to bring together a unique event, because people are coming back. It's not just a question of we're picking up on new folks, but people are coming back.
Beautiful. All right. So once again, the website
www.iprhff.com.
Beautiful. Veronica, Feliz,
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you for
here with
being
us
with
and
us.
putting up such a wonderful event. Once again, for more information, you can check them out by going to iprhff.com. But if you want to check out a little something on it, well, we've got a promo, so let's take a look.
I want to take the opportunity to welcome you to the annual International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival.
Celebra el primer Festival de Cine Internacional de la Herencia Puertorriqueña, la primera cultura de habla hispana y la más grande de esta ciudad, abriendo el camino para inmigrantes de toda Latinoamérica. Los puertorriqueños han aportado arte, música, economía y política al sabor inconfundible de Nueva York.
And once again, for more information, you can check out the International Puerto Rican Film Festival, right? International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival, excuse me, by going to iprhff.com, and or you can reserve tickets by going to iprhff.eventbrite.com. We'll be right back after this.
On Saturday, August 4th, the Bronx Children's Museum celebrated music legend Bobby Sanabria in concert at his high school alma mater, Cardinal Hayes. Bobby Sanabria, along with teaching artists from the all-women's performance troupe Retumba, held workshops to inspire children of the Bronx to dance, perform on percussion, and dream big.
It's very important that we pass on these traditions to our youth, especially Latino youth, particularly in East Harlem and the South Bronx, where this music was coalesced and nurtured.
Sesame Street icon Sonia Manzano was the mistress of ceremonies. Throughout the program, Mr. Sanabria's accomplishments were lauded by Congressman Jose Serrano, Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz, and the Honorable Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor.
So I really have to thank the Bronx Children's Museum and Justice Sonia Sotomayor. She's really down to earth and very real, and she comes back to the community frequently. So for somebody to be so busy and in such a position of power, to not forget her roots and also make sure that children get attuned to their cultural roots, says something about her character and her upbringing.
When the master musician was asked about his musical path, he says,
"Why am I a drummer? Well, I mean, that was the instrument that inspired me the most, that called me the most, that gave me the most excitement when I was a kid. I saw people like Gene Krupa and Buddy Rich on TV, Louis Bellson, and the turning point, the epiphany, was finally Maestro Tito Puente. At the age of 12, I saw him performing in front of my project. I must say another big influence on me was Willie Bobo, because he was a fabulous, legitimate jazz drummer, fabulous timbala player, played great congas and great bongo."
Maestro Sanabria has spread the message of music at New York colleges such as the New School and the Manhattan School of Music.
My goal was, when I started teaching at both places, was to get these orchestras to the level that they could perform on a regular basis and could be on the same level as any professional orchestra.
Bobby's career as a performer and recording artist has drawn critical acclaim as well as high regard within the music industry. A true native son of the Bronx,
the Bronx Walk of Fame, that means more to me than anything, because it means that your hometown, your community, recognizes that you are a native son and that you've given back.
Bobby Sanabria stands for what he believes and has striven to invigorate his hometown.
Activism is something that I'm always involved in. When I see something that I don't feel is correct, I have a moral obligation to speak out. We're here, and we're the place where only the strong survive.
Bobby Sanabria, Bronx-based musician, band leader, composer, and music educator, collaborating with the Bronx Children's Museum in passing along the gift of music to a new generation of performers, honored right here at his high school alma mater, Cardinal Hayes. Hitting his stride, always aiming for new horizons, and marching to his own drumbeat. Reporting for BronxNet, I'm Ibrahim Gonzalez.
Welcome back to the studio. Rena Valentin here. And, well, now that we've heard more about the International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival, that was before we went to break, or to that package, we'll actually delve in a little deeper with two featured filmmakers. We have director of Winner Takes All, Alberto Suarez, and director of El Barrio Tours, Andrew Padilla. Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to the show. All right, so with regards to your film background, let's just give us a little taste of what your background is, because I know you come from comedy and you do a little bit of everything. So,
pretty much, yeah.
How did you become a film director?
Well, actually, I started as an actor, and then I just ventured into the writing, and then evidently also went a little further into producing, and then just taking matters into my own hand and directing my own projects locally.
Locally, right. So yours is an actual scripted film.
Yes, ma'am.
And yours is a documentary.
Mine's the documentary, yes.
Yes, and so tell us a little bit about your background in film.
Well, actually, I've never been to film school. I got my first film experience in the basement of All Hallows High School, 164 in Walton. Senior year, we took a media class there. I liked it. The media professor, Mr. Caban, gave me the chance to not only work in front of the camera, but behind it, and since then I've been producing my own documentaries, directing, editing, all that stuff.
Nice, nice. So you edit as well?
Yeah, I do everything that I have to.
Yeah, you're a one-man show film production.
No,
I'm saying
no.
if you. It's good though, you know.
But
it's good to know
I
all
put my
angles.
hands in each pot. This way, you know, now I can at least master, you know, any of those. If I'm called on to do just one, I can do that.
Right, that's actually what I meant by it. I didn't mean like you did this one particular film by yourself, but did you?
Well, El Barrio Tours, for the most part, yes, it was a senior thesis, and so I did have some people help me out with assistant camera work, but you know, I shot, edited, directed all of it together.
So I wasn't far off.
No, you weren't.
Well, you know why, right? Because just only I'm tapping into this particular style because when you do a documentary, there's a certain voice that goes with it, right? And so, even though you may be the director, the editor becomes the director in the storytelling.
That's very true. Yeah, I noticed that as well. I intentionally tried to keep my voice out of it, narrative, like not do narration, so that I could let people try and make up their own minds. But it's very hard to be objective when it is, in fact, your baby, when it is, in fact, something that you feel so strongly about.
So I know we have a little bit of each film, so I'm just going to talk to Alberto for a little while. Tell us a little bit about Winner Takes All, because we actually previewed it a little bit here on BronxNet,
nice.
Channel 68 on
Nice.
Tuesday. Congratulations,
Thank you,
and
thank you.
congratulations on the festival. So tell us a little bit about Winner Takes All.
Well, actually, it's a short 30-minute film that was shot in the northern part of the Bronx. It's a story about a mysterious change of events that takes a group of friends involved in a car game into a deadly cat and mouse chase. When betrayal and deceit comes to play.
Okay, and so we're actually looking at something right now, and you're also an actor in it.
Yes, ma'am. I do my cameo in all my films.
That's so cool. Very cool.
Yeah, gotta stay true to the art.
Very cool. And
Yes.
so, and so, what do you hope for people to take with them by viewing this film when they go to the festival?
Well, I want them to first of all be inspired by it. You know what I'm saying? I would try to be more like a role model to people, the underdog. You know, I try to voice actors' talents on film, especially locals, because so many people that want it but afraid to go out after. So I come to them and involve them in everything I do.
That's nice. That's
Yeah,
nice. So you give
thank
people
you.
opportunities.
Yes.
You
Mhm.
give people opportunities. We're still looking at some pieces over here. Okay.
Wow,
Is
that
the
guy looks stressed out. That guy looks stressed.
Tell us a little bit
Yes.
about what we're watching.
Well,
right
you're
now.
actually watching a scene where our lead character is coming back for revenge, and he's on the hunt for the girl, which is hiding from him. He
In the laundry room?
Yeah, she's hiding from him
That
in the
dreaded laundry room in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a typical,
Yeah.
like, ooh. So
She outwits him in the long run, but it's interesting.
it looks interesting. It
Thank
looks
you, thank you.
interesting. And so that was a little taste of, I guess, what category would you consider that film?
Suspense thriller.
Suspense
Yes.
thriller, yeah,
Mhm.
right. Of course, if there's like some
grabs
guy
you,
with
yeah.
a machine gun looking for a woman
Exactly.
in a laundromat room in a building, yeah, I guess that would be a suspense thriller. So. And so just to switch gears a little bit, we're going to talk to Andrew because his style of film is geared towards documentary. Now tell us a little bit about El Barrio Tours.
Well, El Barrio Tours is basically the story of East Harlem's current gentrification, where it's been, where it is now, and where it's going. About East Harlem becoming too expensive for regular working class people to live, and for really the city in general becoming too expensive for the working class to live. And so what I did was I met with neighborhood politicians such as Charlie Rangel, a bunch of neighborhood leaders, people like Judge Edwin Torres, writer of Carlito's Way, people in the neighborhood who had been there for a long while and gotten to see its change, and just try to educate. I think that the main reason why I did the film was because I'd lived this change my whole life, and I wanted to try and find a way to learn as much as I could and then give that knowledge out so that so you could really empower people to take a stake in their neighborhoods and not just let this change wash over them, and not just have it be one day they find out they can't afford to live in their neighborhood anymore, and they're wondering, what's happened.
So how long is your film?
It's a half-hour film.
It's a half-hour film, and like you just shared with all of us, you actually got some of the officials, the elected officials, documented. And so, coming in and being a viewer, what do you expect them to take some educational component with them to understand exactly what gentrification is about?
Absolutely. One of the things that the film tries to stress is that gentrification is a really long-term process. A lot of times people only notice gentrification when they see someone coming up the subway who doesn't look like them. And in actuality, gentrification is a decades-long process of stops and starts. But if you see people coming up that don't look like you, and you see a building that looks like you can't afford to live in it, those changes were made in zoning meetings years ago. Those were real estate plans decades ago. And so I think the film does a good job of empowering people to understand the past, the present, and really the long-term struggle going forward.
Nice, gentlemen. Nice, really nice diversity that you actually are sharing with us right now with regards to your story and your story. And I have to ask, are both of you Puerto Rican?
Yes.
I'm Puerto Rican, yes.
You're both Puerto Rican?
Yes. Born and raised in East Harlem, lived there my whole life.
I only asked because she said that the criteria was whether, it would be the writer, the actor.
Yeah.
But it's pretty empowering to know that both the directors that are here in these seats are Puerto Rican.
I'm a New Yorker, born in Brooklyn, raised in the Bronx, so yeah, New York Rican.
New Yorker. Okay, so do you happen to know when your films are going to be airing throughout the festival?
No, I don't really at the moment.
No.
Don't know the exact date, but I will be back. It was a wonderful festival last year. It was great to be a part of it. The audience was wonderful, and I will be back there. I don't know the exact date, but I will be back there this year for the second annual one, so I'm very excited about that.
Well, we're very excited to share this with our viewers. Do you have any last words before we go?
Actually, you can look forward to a second film, which should be debuting at the film festival.
As well?
Yeah, this year. We got a second film.
Nice. Well, congratulations. Very good.
Thank you.
And if you want to find out more about El Barrio Tours and about the gentrification in East Harlem and gentrification throughout the city, throughout the world, just go on to El Barrio Tours. Just Google that, and it'll be your first result. You'll get the website with the Daily News article and the trailer and everything. So.
Beautiful. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Alberto.
Thank you.
And,
thank you.
Oh, absolutely. This is awesome. I'm really excited. I hope you guys are excited. This is happening in November, so you have plenty of time to plan, all right? So make sure you check out Winner Takes All and El Barrio Tours at the International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival coming in November. All right, Bobby C. Sports Roundup will be here right after this. We're going to take a look at one plan for the Kingsbridge Armory.
World War I. Today, almost 100 years later, the borough president and various elected officials want to propose the Kingsbridge Armory be used as a national ice center.
So we had 6 different proposals that came in. And of those 6 proposals, we have 2 finalists. What we are doing here today is that we're announcing that we all support the Kingsbridge National Ice Stadium in their bid to redevelop the Armory. This is known as NIC. This LEED Gold sustainable development will bring 9 ice rinks, a 5,000-seat arena, a public outdoor rink right here, more than 50,000 square feet of community space to the building, along with 1,800 construction jobs and hundreds of permanent jobs here. And those jobs will all pay a living wage.
It will become the largest ice sports facility on the planet, nothing short of that. And housed in this amazing structure, it will attract people from the Bronx to skate here, from the rest of New York to skate here, and from across the nation, across the world.
Well, I mean, we have to respect the borough president's decision, but we were very surprised and quite disappointed that he is supporting the other concept. We still believe that our concept is better for the whole community and not just for a group of people in the community.
From several hundreds of conversations we've had with neighborhood residents, they're opposed to an ice hockey facility. They want something that's accessible to them. They want sports that they play. They want a movie theater. They want community space to hang out in. They want opportunities for businesses to start, not ice hockey.
I think the other proposal is good, but this one is better.
This iconic structure really does deserve an iconic vision. The Kingsbridge National Ice Center intends to fulfill that vision, transforming the Armory into not only a local and regional, but also a national and global destination.
Well, I think it's just another opportunity for the kids to play a sport that perhaps they've never had an opportunity to play. We're not trying to compete with all the other sports. We're just giving us certainly a different opportunity. And I've always said what hockey afforded me were all the life lessons that I've been able to take with me after I retired that are very valuable in the workforce. And I think hockey teaches discipline, teaches how to conform, teaches you how to work in a group environment, teaches discipline, commitment, all the things that are required in the real world. I know the hurdles that a young person must overcome to be a hockey player in New York City. With just a handful of year-round indoor rinks in the 5 boroughs, none of them in the Bronx, ice time is difficult to come by.
We want kids to play soccer, baseball, and football, but we also want them to golf, and we want them to ice skate, and we want them to get on the parallel bars and to walk, the beams. We want to afford all of the kids in the Bronx and the city of New York all of the opportunities so they can dream as big as Sarah has, as big as Mark has, and hopefully accomplish those same dreams.
I'm thrilled to stand here today, not only as a New Yorker, but as a proud supporter of the Kingsbridge National Ice Center and everything it will contribute to the Bronx and figure skating.
It is my hope that when the BOEDC and the Bronx Tourism Council in the future prints more Afghans, that we will have the Kingsbridge Armory and the Nick Proposal, the National Ice Center, as part of one of the institutions in this Afghan here.
On most days, the Kingsbridge Armory is padlocked closed. Hopefully, in the near future, when a decision is reached, the Kingsbridge Armory will be a fully functioning and utilized element here in the borough. Reporting for BronxNet, this is Sylvia Anglin.
Giants flashed a dominating aerial attack during last season's Super Bowl run. Now, the organization is hoping to add an improved ground game to the team's arsenal and title defense this year. Enter first-round pick David Wilson. With the free agency departure of bruising running back Brandon Jacobs in the offseason, Big Blue revamped their running game with the 21-year-old Wilson, the 2011 ACC Player of the Year, who is expected to provide a new and different complement to starter Ahmad Bradshaw.
We're going to try to be a balanced attack, and we're going to try to run the ball. We got to throw the ball. It just seems like we got to avoid the bad plays. Overall, if we can just stay in good down distance and good rhythm, we can be very successful.
The 5'9", 205-pound Wilson saw extended time with Bradshaw resting a bruised hand and last Friday's preseason loss to the Chicago Bears, and he delivered, rushing for 49 yards on 5 carries, along with 26 yards on 2 receptions. The Virginia Tech standout was the top performer in the vertical and broad jumps in the combine. He has all the makings of a future star in the NFL.
I'm working to make a big impact on this team as far as the rushing game and as a running back, period.
It's a good thing when you got a back like him and a player like him that, every time he touches the ball, it can be a big play. He has that capability. So it's going to be fun watching him play this year, and hopefully he continues to get better.
Following an impressive overall preseason, the athletic Wilson will now try and get the defending champion Giants rolling in next Wednesday night's season opener against rival Dallas.
I think every player that's coming in should want to be the starter at their position. That makes everybody around you work harder and everybody get better. So you got to come in with that mentality, and that's the mentality I have. Hits. The Pats linebacker appears to have survived the final roster cuts. Meanwhile, survival may be the optimum word out of Jets camp, where despite scoring their first touchdown in 4 preseason games last night in a 28-10 loss in Philadelphia, where the third-string quarterback, not Mark Sanchez or Tim Tebow, hit the end zone, Gang Green can now look forward to facing a tough AFC East. Here's more with the Jets.
Pulling the tacos. This week would be great for me. To improve my conditioning, get ready, continue to try and get in tip-top shape, make sure that the body can last for 17 weeks.
I think we have anything to be frustrated about.
But what I can say is that we got a lot of work and a lot of good things to look forward to. Hopefully the young guys get in next weekend, Thursday, and be ready to roll.
The Jets open Sunday, September 9th against the Buffalo Bills at home. Sticking with the hometown theme, the Yankees continue their homestand this weekend, but their American League East lead has dwindled to 3 games. Enter the second-place Baltimore Orioles and former manager Buck Showalter for a weekend slate. Big games in the Bronx. Here's more from the Yankee clubhouse.
Hard-fought series, regardless, of the number of guys that they've got down with injuries. We've got a number of guys as well, but again, to finish up a road trip, having won a series on the road, particularly here in New York, is a good thing for sure.
Things like this happen every once in a while. You just got to shake it off, and we're a professional team, so we understand that you're not going to be perfect every day, but you just move forward. Put this one behind us. Tough loss, but what can you do? It's over now.
We play so many games, but that's what we have the opportunity to do. Obviously we have an off day tomorrow, and we'll get back it on Friday, and get back to the game we play, and know the confidence that we have as a ball team to continue to go out there and to get wins.
Bombers are 3-3 over their last 6, and injuries to stars like Mark Teixeira out 2 weeks, and Alex Rodriguez appear to be catching up. A-Rod is on the mend, though. He'll be in Tampa for a rehab assignment tonight. Across town, the Mets fell in Philly 3-2 Thursday. Winners of 4 or 5, though. They'll be in Miami for the weekend. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. The NFL is set to use replacement officials come week 1. They will be on the field next Wednesday night when the Dallas Cowboys open the season against the G-Men at MetLife. Would hate to see the season opener determined by a play called by a backup official. Negotiations are at a standstill between the NFL and the officials union. The buck stops here. The next Regis Philbin, Live with Kelly, is expected to announce on September 4th that New York Giants great Michael Strahan will replace Regis, a Bronxite, on the program. Strahan is ready to tackle the new gig. Sacked you. EA Sports Madden 13 video game hit the shelves this week, but Giants and Jet fans can't be too happy about the projections and predictions for the two locals. Madden has the Giants and Jets outside of the playoff picture. Terrell Owens out in Seattle, fired by the Seahawks. Former Jets wideout Braylon Edwards likes Seattle rookie QB Russell Wilson more than Mark Sanchez. Edwards said he would take Wilson over the Sanchez. In an unrelated story, Jets backup QB Tim Tebow said he's a quarterback, not a running back, and he too likes Wilson more than Sanchez. Just kidding. Charles Oakley cashed his checks in the NBA because he played defense. The former Knick great said this week that it's Amari and Carmelo's turn to play some D. Art Heyman, a native New Yorker and the Knicks' first ever #1 overall draft pick, passed away this week. He was 71. The Brooklyn Nets worked out former Knicks center Eddie Curry Wednesday. I guess this is what happens when you win a ring in Miami. 50-year-old Roger Clemens threw 3 1/3 innings of one-hit, no-run baseball last Saturday for the independent Sugarland Skeeters. It appeared he wouldn't pitch again, but now Clemens said he is extending his minor league comeback and will likely pitch on September 8th when the Texas club returns home from a road trip. Rumors are swirling that he could pitch for the Houston Astros in September, the Big 5-0. And how about 50-plus points for the Fordham Rams Thursday night in the Bronx? The Rams topped lowly Lock Haven 55-0 in coach Joe Moorhead's debut at Rose Hill. We'll have more next Friday in our latest Sports NYC. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for the Bronx Sports Story of the Week. Check this out. Centerpiece of Sunday's 17th annual Latino Sports Celebrity Basketball Game and Family Day was none other than the perennial battle between BronxNet and Latino sports on the blacktop at Orchard Beach. Motivated by the powerful message of better health, hoops took center stage on the Joe Pops Cruz Memorial Court at the Bronx Riviera. And Latino sports raced out this year in the first half, looking to make it 2 straight. But BronxNet and its executive director, Michael Max Nobby,
drew inspiration from the Bronx Strong campaign.
His eyes were closed, and
Baskets followed, along with the meaningful words of inspiration from the huddle.
this team is going to get lazy on defense, but we're not. That's right, baby. Bronx Strong, 1, 2, 3. Bronx Strong.
Although Latino sports led by one at the half, BronxNet climbed back in the third and fourth quarters, erasing a double-digit deficit behind most valuable player Bobby Mahoney.
People run up and down the court, ladies walking about. It's the energy is fantastic. You know, my only concern is I've watched that scoreboard and I'm seeing baskets go in and they're not necessarily registering with the scorekeepers.
A mixture of Joes and pros clashed on the asphalt, but in the end, Bronx Strong would not be denied in 2012 as BronxNet, your #1 community television station, rose to the occasion.
And the game is over, ladies and gentlemen.
Latino Sports versus BronxNet, and it goes to BronxNet, Michael Nabi. We had a great game, Michael.
And BronxNet has rightfully reclaimed the trophy, taking it back home where it belongs, to the BronxNet studios.
I teach, not just basketball, all sports, to come out, run, exercise, stretch, and to be outside, to be outdoors.
You could exercise. You're not going to die. You're going to have fun, and you're going to enjoy yourself. Keeping health as a priority.
Just seeing, likes of you and BronxNet and Latino Sports and all the guys that come out to the summertime and watch the games, just to play with them one last time for the summer. It's always, always special, memorable for me.
It's a serious thing. In our communities, there are health issues that are affecting our friends, our family, our neighbors, and we've got to look out for our folks by raising awareness about healthy eating. And I'm really proud of our guys, I got to tell you, Bobby. And Latino Sports was a very formidable opponent today.
Final score, BronxNet 106, Latino Sports 98.
Folks, I'm pretty sure I entered the record books last Sunday by suiting up for Latino Sports and BronxNet in the big game. And yes, I was 0 for 2 for Latino Sports, finding new ways to help our community television station win without scoring a basket. But in all honesty, the rivalry has become so big, it's too big for Joes like me these days, which is why I did the next best thing, play for them both. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. And at BronxNet, all we do is win. Up next, we're taking it all the way back for an open flashback segment after this.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hello, welcome back to Open. For today's Open Artist, we're going to take it back to February when we had a talented artist with a positive message perform on our stage. Here's our Open Flashback.
The Open Artist Spotlight is made possible in part with public funds from the Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
Black Voices described Liquid as one of the nation's top female MCs. Her syncopated rhythms and sonnets that blend together the styles of both coasts bring a new sound to the world of hip-hop. Without further ado, please welcome to the open stage, Liquid Styles!
Yeah. Shout out to everyone in the building. Shout out to everyone out there at TV Land. Yeah. Mama's Hip Hop Kitchen, March 3rd. Please come. Yeah, walk for your drive. And if you get lucky, might learn how to fly high. Keep your head to the sky, baby sis, you a queen. If they ever ask why, gotta crawl for you walk for your drive. And if you get lucky, might learn how to fly high. Keep your head to the sky, baby sis, you a queen. If you ever look, my ambition embodies missions out of my jurisdiction. From the era wherever will leave your body full of stitches. Grown women, when we born, it ain't safe for a baby girl. Women make the world spin still, it's a man's world. I hail from the land where halos get rained on, and kings that reign will cause the storm. She tried to save her queendom, married for protection, but babies carry babies and the husband's the molester. Instead of trying to find a cure for AIDS, crusaders invade, teach Christians to kill gays. And I ain't trying to single out one denomination, but God is love, so how could you teach hatred and tolerate rapists? Yo, these fake religions have people that's so faithless. Turn the other cheek, then you never really face it. And now the victim's faceless. Our world needs a gotta crawl for you walk for your drive. And if you get lucky, might learn how to fly high. Keep your head to the sky, baby sis, you a queen. If they ever ask why, gotta crawl for you walk for your drive. And if you get lucky, might learn how to fly high. Keep your head to the sky, baby sis, you a queen. If they ever ask why, bringing a new meaning to getting my grown woman on move. Queen like crushed rooks and pawns. Before it was broad burning, now it's minds we ignite. Laying up for no man, fight for our rights. In the youth is the fruit that shall never be induced. We produce the same misogynist fruit. It's catastrophic how we make our very own system the target after we dodge it. The older feel threatened, the young so start problem. Let any Tom, Dick, and every frolic. So now she views love as toxic. Replaced with Venus in the locket. You ain't gotta bare your soul with bare bones, going bareback, hollows of bare traps and bare moans. Lost in the wilderness, the lioness remains. Monkey suckers crowded, so she seldom see her mane. Why don't we rearrange, dilute this mental strain? We expecting her to change in the world that stay the same. Gotta crawl for your walk for your drive. And if you get lucky, might learn how to fly. She like it, yeah. Baby sis, you a queen. If you ever ask why, gotta crawl for you walk for your drive. And if you get lucky, might learn how to fly high. Keep your head to the sky, baby sis, you a queen. If they ever ask why. Yo, that song is for all the young queens out there, all the young girls, teenage girls. Take care of your mind, body, and soul. You only get one in this lifetime. Love yourself, and then you'll learn how to love somebody else, and someone else can love you properly, and that's love. Yeah. Yeah.
You ready? All right, so
another queen right here.
Woo! Thank you. I'm feeling that. I can work with that. Thank you, Liquid Styles. I know you're gonna do another song for us, but I just came over here to do a little break so you can have a little break. You know, just a little something. No, with you. You're still working, but you know, just a little break. So that's kind of how. No, I appreciate you coming out here and really referencing the queen nature of our existence as women. Just share a little more about that and why you're using those lyrics to send out your message.
Well, I think young girls hear enough of the opposite to where I felt like as an artist I should offer an alternative view, especially in hip-hop. A lot of young women feel like their only option in participating in hip-hop, if they're not on stage, is to be a video model or a video girl of some sense. So, like, I always try to represent the alternative. Like, we're more than that. Like, we hear all of the negative connotations. Even walking down, you can't even walk down the street without some guy like, yo, ma, hey, let me, hey. Like, who is, I don't know who that is. That's not me.
Right.
So, like, I feel like as an artist, it's like, our responsibility to show that alternative. Like, when I was coming up, when I was young, like, I was able to see, even though Little Kim was there and Foxy was there was also Queen Latifah, there was also MC Lyte, there was also Lauryn Hill. So I feel like now we don't have that balance. So as an artist, I want to show the other side of that. Not that there's anything wrong with the latter.
Yeah, but you're right. The term balance is perfect.
Yeah.
The term balance is perfect. It's perfect. So she's going to bless us with another song. So I hope you're ready. You going to bless us with another song? Yes, definitely. All right, so we're going to give it up once again for Liquid Styles.
Yeah. Endless for Love. Shout out to Bazzi Maestro. Let me make this clear. Put your hands in the atmosphere. Let me make this clear. Get your L's up in the atmosphere. Yo, this song is called Ellis for Love. Off of No Regret CP. Project Mayhem. Yeah. When adversity stares you in the face, do you look back? But when you moving forward, why would you look back? Everything that's visible ain't worth a mention. Granny told me when the demons call you, you ain't supposed to listen. They gave my people guns, told us to shoot. Program our minds, now we can't reboot. Everybody hungry and they serving devil soup. Tell us jump for your dreams and then they hide the parachute. I don't think Pac's death was a mystery. The feds know the truth, check your history. And I don't think beefs is real. I think labels falsify to make more records sell. I'll never in my life make a diss track, cause they lack tact and they distract. The opposite of war, rain, peace is creation. Spread love as the pollination. Eliminate the hatred, L is for love. The ultimate emotion and much libation. L is for love. The ultimate emotion and much libation. When I say what we need, say love. What we need, what we need.
If you have any open flashbacks you'd like to see again, email us at open@bronxnet.org. Well, mi gente, that is all the time we have for today. And of course, you know, we'd like to thank all of our guests for stopping by, and we'd like to thank our crew for the efforts. Of course, we'd like to thank you, our viewers, for tuning in and streaming in. And if you missed any of the show today, remember to read Cablecast. Happens tonight at 5, 10 p.m. and throughout the entire weekend. Past episodes of the show are on demand at bronxnet.org/TV/open. Once again, I'm Rina Valentin, and this is Charm Vida's last day here on the studio. So as we always say, how do we say it, baby? May the universe provide peace, prosperity, and love. Adios!
Celebra el primer Festival de Cine Internacional de la Herencia Puertorriqueña, la primera cultura de habla hispana y la más grande de esta ciudad, abriendo el camino para inmigrantes de toda Latinoamérica. Los puertorriqueños han aportado arte, música, economía y política al sabor inconfundible de Nueva York.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grandmaster Melly Mel.
Yeah, this is power. The power of our voice. The power to transform. The power to leave our mark. The power of my vote.
Register and vote. Call 866-VOTE-NYC or visit www.bronxnet.org.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hey, have you heard about the new way to vote New York? Are you ready to learn how? It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Get your paper ballot. Go to your designated poll site, sign in.